Wellness, everyone. Welcome to Runes of Silvertree. This is Silvertree here, and I am so grateful that you're here to listen to one of my Wednesday talks. Before we get into the message, this transmission today, I, give my sincere apologies. I've been on the move this wild deer season, and like water, I've just been just constantly in flow and just moving around. We literally relocated to a new space, a new place, and so it's been a lot. And I say it's been a lot and a bit of a challenge because I have returned to the space and place of my birth, of my arrival into this world. And that kind of ties into the message in this video. All right, so a little bit more before I continue. So the Runes of Silvertree, the rune readings will continue starting next week. Today is the opening of the full moon portal. The full moon will be this Saturday, and so again, I don't like to do energy readings when the portals open because the energies begin to flux and move about, and I like to operate in the space of neutrality for that. So be on the lookout for a wild deer rune reading, energy reading next weekend, and another one before the month is out and before the end of the wild deer season. And so yes, I will continue to do these Wednesday talks with you, and I'd love for you to tune in and to watch them. So yeah, let's get into today's message. So the title is, and I have it written down here on my little piece of paper. The only thing we can do with our past is give it a different meaning. The only thing we can do with our past is give it a different meaning. Well, what does that mean? Returning to your place of birth, returning to your past, returning to timelines that you have outgrown, you've evolved, you've shifted, you changed, you outgrew. Returning back to that same space can be a bit tricky. When you come home, everything is the same, but everything's different. There are new roads, there are new buildings, new businesses, new people in your life. Old friends moved away, or old friends transitioned and passed away. New people are in your family. Just a lot of newness, but a lot of old as well. And with that, there comes a bit of a challenge of these blends of timelines, because as I've mentioned a lot before in my rune readings, the time is cyclical. It's very feminine. It's very circular, and it's different from how we are programmed and conditioned to believe in this space, in this realm. It's very linear, right? You have morning, afternoon, night. It's very A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, beginning, middle, end. But with cyclical energy, there is nothing's fixed, and timelines tend to blend together. And a lot of the time, our memories can be so strong of a place and so solid within our subconscious mind that we begin to relive them. We begin to relive the emotions. We begin to relive the thought patterns, and we begin to tune into the frequency of old behaviors and old things, right? And at the same time, simultaneously, you're this new person. You shed this old skin and you have a new skin. And now you find yourself in this environment where you ask yourself, where do I fit in? What is the purpose? Why was I drawn back here? Right? And so for my partner and I, we're both juggling these types of experiences. For the past year, we returned to his place of birth, and it was very challenging for him, in many ways. And and for me, it's also more emotional because you're getting this weird review of old, unhealed, unresolved issues right? And a lot of the time it's our mommy daddy issues, whether they're in our life or they're not, they weren't in our life. It's a blending, right? So how do we solve these complex emotions and these complex experiences? Freeing ourselves and liberating ourselves through the power of definition, of the narrative, of the storyline. Okay, a lot of our most painful and challenging memories are it's a replay of a narrative over and over and over and over and over, right? It's a story that we tell ourselves or that's been told to us to kind of make our conscious mind make sense of a very unstable experience or unstable experience or something that was very traumatic or very unhealthy. And so for years, for the days and the months and the weeks, days, weeks and months and years go by, and you keep repeating these stories over and over, and your subconscious begins to believe it. Or for those of us that are, or have kind of advanced beyond that, where you know that the narrative you tell yourself and you tell your subconscious mind rules your conscious life, your conscious experience, we need to use this understanding to free ourselves and to liberate ourselves when we begin to activate these very old ways of thinking and old ways of experiencing life. So give your story new meaning. Give your experience new meaning. Okay? We all define our life, but what we choose to believe and how we believe in it. It's all about how we choose to deal, how we choose to believe in the things that have happened to us. We are not our experiences, and I know I've mentioned that before in another video. We are not our experiences. We are not what happened to us. We can accept that role. This happened to me, so this is me. And a lot of people at times find that they switch it and they make it into like, this is my strength, this is who I am, I overcame this is, and then they live by that, not really knowing that, hey, actually, if you strip away every single bad, negative experience from your life, then who are you? Who are you? Who are we without our narratives? Who are we without our definitions? Who are we without our stories, are the roles that we play in this game called life? Right? Find your power by giving a new definition to something that has hurt you, to someone that has hurt you. Rewrite your story, rewrite your narrative, and then live by that. And I will save those tools for another video. Thank you so much for checking in and tuning in with Runes of Silvertree. I'm so happy I'm finally in the headspace and the mental space to share with you again. It has been very, very challenging for me emotionally, because again, when you return to the space of your birth and the place where you hold most of your childhood memories and family, and you see certain changes that aren't necessarily positive, it can be very, very difficult to swallow, right? There's guilt, there's just this weird displacement type of energy. You don't know where to fit, you don't know who resonates with you, you don't know if you can resonate with them anymore. And so it's kind of like you're having to find your ground, and that's what I've been feeling this wild deer season, is having to reestablish my ground again. And maybe it's like my scorpionic energy of the life or rebirth, life death cycle, life cycle, where you just keep going through these transitions and transformations and having to reestablish yourself and redefine the stories of that's part of this game, right? And so that's why I kind of stopped making the videos, because it's just, I'm so empathic that when I'm feeling things, I need to process things, I need to ingest them, I need to digest them, and then I need to release it. And that can take some time. Sometimes it's a lot faster, I can process things, and other times it takes some time for me to like really kind of, you know, get through the process. It's just, you know, like a lot of it's very personal right now and family related, but I'm getting through it. And my thing is like the biggest part of healing is sharing, right? When we share our stories, when we share our experiences, we then change the definition, we then change the meaning of that experience. Once it's shared, it literally becomes a story that we tell to help strengthen others that are going through similar challenges. So that's one big way and one tool I'll share with you about how to redefine your story, how to redefine your life. Sharing it. We are in the age of what they call the Aquarius, right? Of knowledge, acquiring knowledge. And so we have the technology and the power to exchange like that to millions of people, billions of people around the planet. And it is very profound, it's very dangerous, it's many different things. But if your intention is pure, share the experience that you're going through, and then you will see that it's just a story, it's just an experience, and then you become the conduit of light, of a guiding light for those that are lost in their darkness. So with that, thank you so much for tuning in to Runes of Silvertree. I really look forward to sharing with you next week, next Wednesday. And also, just a side note, my rune readings are cyclical. So they're part of the cyclical time frame, meaning that you can watch them anytime. You can watch something that one of my energy readings from like 2 years ago, watch it whenever. It's all relevant, because I don't do the whole astrological, full moon, new moon thing. I just don't. That's something that I feel like new moon and full moon energy should be used as a part of your personal alchemy. And so I try to, that's another discussion. But yeah, so just tune into any reading that it resonates with you. And thank you so much for being here. And remember, expand your consciousness, evolve your human being, and embrace supreme love and guidance. Thank you.